Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my channel. My name is Jeanette and I am a high vibrational being. Back with some messages for the collective. There are going to be readings from the Bible, readings from Thich Nhat Hanh, teachings of how to sit, teachings of how to connect. So if this resonates with you, please don't forget to like the video, share the video, comment on the video. Remember, keep it clean. Remember, keep it positive. Because whatever you're putting out, that's exactly what you are receiving. And we have to be very mindful of the energy that you're putting into the universe, because it's not only it'll affect you and it'll affect people around you. Remember, the power of your words, it manifests, and it doesn't manifest to those who are in the light. Remember, when you try to attack any divine being, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work. So be very careful, because whatever you're putting out, that energy is being returned back to you. Have very mindful, always be very mindful of everything that you do. Your intentions is very important. Spirit guided me today to read from the Bible. I don't know, I'm feeling, I did get a message. I'm feeling a lot of people are in the midst of their own chaos. They are in the midst of a lot of sorrow, a lot of pain. Many have made choices. Many have chosen their path. Many have turned away from the Most High God. Many were given a chance to make it better, make it right, not only for yourself, but for your children. Remember, what we do to ourselves, we're doing it to others. Whatever energy you're putting out, you are putting that energy out into the universe and receiving an energy or energies that is feeling very anxious, very, very anxious. They are in fear of what they are experiencing in their lives. God said you chose to turn away from your Creator, and you chose to go on your own and disobey my laws. For that there is judgment upon you. Don't ever say you wasn't warned. You was warned over and over and over and over again. This has been prophesied for a very long time. So he guided me to Ezekiel. Israel is watchman. The word of the Lord came to me. Son of man, speak to your people and say to them, if I bring the sword upon a land, and the people of the land take a man from among them, and make him their watchman, and if he sees the sword coming upon the land, and blows the trumpet, and warns the people, then if anyone who hears the sound of the trumpet does not take warning, and the sword comes and takes him away, his blood shall be upon his own head. He heard the sound of the trumpet and did not take warning. His blood shall be upon himself. But if he has taken warning, he would have saved his life. But if the watchman sees the sword coming and does not blow the trumpet, so that the people are not warned, and the sword comes and takes any one of them, that person is taken away in his inequity, but his blood I will require at the watchman's hands. So you, son of man, I have made a watchman for the house of Israel. Whenever you hear a word from my mouth, you shall give them warning from me. If I say to the wicked, O wicked one, you shall surely die, and you do not speak to warn the wicked to turn from his ways, and the wicked person shall die in his inequity. But his blood I will require at your hands. But if you warn the wicked and turn from his ways, and he does not turn from his ways, that person shall die from his inequity. But you will have delivered your soul. We as prophets, we are here to give you, and the messengers, we're here to give you warnings of the Most High. Whichever way it may it be through tarot, may it be through the book of the Most High messages, or may it be channel messages. Know that you have been forewarned that this was coming, that your life had to change, that you had to go into healing, that you had to repent, that you have to forgive, that you have to heal your inner child. Seek God, not seek outside of yourself. Anything outside of yourself is not guiding you in the right path. You have to learn how to use your own discernment, the gift that God gives you. You have to understand the power that you hold within. Stop giving people your power. Stop giving people your energy. Do not submit to these entities that does not want you to shine your light, that doesn't want you to be the best version of yourself. Be that co-creator that could create with the Most High. Be careful. You have been warned over and over and over and over again. I also have another message. Luke 57, the birth of John the Baptist. Now the time came for Elizabeth to give birth, and she bore a son. And her neighbors and relatives heard that the Lord had shown great mercy to her, and they rejoiced with her. And on the 8th day they came to circumcise the child, and they would have called him Zechariah after his father. No, he shall be called John. And they said to her, none of your relatives is called by this name. And they made signs to his father, inquiring what he wanted him to be called. And he asked for a writing tablet and wrote, his name is John. And they all wondered. And immediately his mouth was open, and his tongue was loose, and he spoke blessing God. And fear came on all their neighbors, and all these things were talked about through all the hill countries of Judea, and all who heard him laid them up in their hearts, saying, what then will this child be? For the hand of the Lord was with him. Zechariah prophecy. And his father Zechariah was filled with the Holy Spirit and prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Lord of Israel, for he has visited and redeemed his people, and has raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of his servant David, as he spoke by the mouth of his holy prophet from of old, that we shall be saved from our enemies and from the land of all who hate us, to show the mercy promised to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath that he swore to our father Abraham, to grant us that we, being delivered from the hands of our enemies, might serve him without fear, in holiness and righteousness before him all our days. And you, child, will be called the prophet of the Most High, for you will go before the Lord to prepare his ways, and to give knowledge of salvation to his people in the forgiveness of their sins, because the tender mercy of our God, whereby the sunrise shall visit us from on high, to give light to those who sit in it, darkness and in shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace. Guiding you, we are here as helpers of the Most High, to guide you out of your darkness, to seek the light, learn from those lessons. Those are nothing but lessons, people who have came to hurt you, situations that came to hurt you. What's for you to learn? What's for you to come out of that repetitive cycle and seek within. Seek within, nothing outside of you. Seek within the God that is within you, how to heal, how to turn your life over to the Most High. Many of us, we all go through our darkness. We all go through our trials, our tribulations. We all go through our purpose in this life. One second. The lessons that we've learned, and I'm very thankful. I've learned how to transmute all negative energies into the light of God and not give it energy, because if you give it energy, you draw yourself into the darkness. You learn from those lessons. You don't repeat those lessons over again. So I was looking, God was guided me to this book again, How to Sit. The moment of enlightenment. Siddhartha, the man who became the Buddha many years ago in India, sat for a long time at the foot of the Bodhi tree. He prepared just to be sitting, but his body was also participating in his awakening. He was very closely observing his body, his feelings and his perceptions. As he continued to practice, his power of mindfulness and concentration became stronger and stronger. One day at dawn, as the morning star appeared, he felt a liberation that dissipated all the darkness within him. That was the moment of enlightenment. That's where we are all here to reach that part of controlling your mind, controlling your thoughts, controlling your emotions, controlling, being mindful, being in the moment, centering your energy, and reach that point of enlightenment, releasing that darkness and go into the light. Buddha did it. The non-practice practice. There are some people who sit in a very funny way. They try to show that they are practicing sitting meditation. When you breathe in mindfully and joyfully, don't try to show off to others, people, as if you were saying, you know, I am breathing mindfully. Don't worry what your sitting looks like from the outside. Practice, non-practice, practice. We can best convey the essence of the practice to others simply by doing it with our whole being. Nobody's better than anybody. Nobody meditates better than everybody meditates different. And just know, just be very mindful of how you are in your own meditation. Don't worry about what's going on outside of you. Nourish yourself wherever you are. It is wonderful if you have a quiet place to sit at home or in your workspace. But you can practice mindful sitting wherever you are. If you ride the train or the bus to work, these are excellent places to practice sitting. Instead of thinking about your projects, your colleagues, your list of tasks, you can enjoy practicing breathing in and out to release the tension in the body and give your mind a break from being caught in thinking. Let go of the technology. You can concentrate. You can create a meditation hall of your bus or your train. Use your time wherever you are to nourish and heal yourself. Mindful, you could practice that wherever you go. You just have to sit and breathe. Learn how to breathe. There's different ways of breathing, different number patterns that you could use. It's very healing. Now also very healing, you also giving your brain some oxygen. Sitting comfortably. When you sit, keep your spinal column quite straight while allowing your body to be relaxed. When your sitting posture is relaxed and stable, you can sit comfortably for a long time. You embody solidity, and this helps your mind to be calm. Always align your spine very straight. A stable posture grounds body and mind. Sitting still will minimize the actions of your body, speech, and mind, so we're not pulled hither and thither to thoughts and feelings in which we might otherwise drown. Under the bohi tree, that's the B-O-H-I tree, a gatha is a traditional short verse that you can recite during your meditation. You can make your own or recite one you have heard. Here's one. Sitting here is like sitting under the bohi tree. My body is mindfulness itself, entirely free from distraction. Sitting here is like sitting under the bohi tree. My body is mindfulness itself, entirely free from distractions. Sitting in prison. A Vietnamese student of mine studied English literature at Indiana University before returning to Vietnam and being ordained as a nun. As a nun, she was very active in trying to ease the suffering of people's daily lives. She was arrested by the police and put into prison because of her actions. She would practice sitting meditation in her prison cell. It was difficult because the guards saw her sitting as a provocative action. They thought she was defying them by sitting peacefully. She would wait until night when all the lights were off so she could sit like a free person. The people put her in prison. The people who put her in prison were trying to control her. She said to practice so she had to practice so she would lose her mind. So she wouldn't lose her mind. I'm sorry. Sitting like the gave. I don't know. Why am I skipping words? Sitting like that gave her space in her heart. She also taught others who were incarnated how to sit and breathe so they would suffer less. In her outer form, she was caught in prison. Wow. Yet she was completely free. If you can sit like that, the walls are not there. You are in touch with the whole universe. You have from freedom than people outside who are imprisoning themselves with their agitations and anger. People can try to steal many things from us, but they can't steal our determination and our practice. That is so true. You could take whatever you want to take outside outside of any divine being, but you cannot take what's inside of us. You cannot take our mind, our peacefulness, our unity with the Most High, our freedom. You cannot take it. There's also, I have how to connect. The telephone. Our phone is such a convenient means of communication. It saves us travel time, expense, and it connects us with each other. I don't know why I'm missing these words, but our phone can also trannize us. If we spend time on the phone without awareness, we waste precious time and energy. We lose ourselves. We can't accomplish much. Many of us are victims of our own phone. When your phone rings, you can practice mindful breathing and come back to yourself before answering. Remember, you are your own master. Say to yourself, breathe in. I'm calm. I calm my body. Breathe out. I smile. Before making a call or a text, we can practice mindful breathing and recite these verses. Words can travel thousands of miles. May my words create mutual understanding and love. May they be as beautiful as gems, as lovely as flowers. There are many ways to bring happiness to others right in this moment. We can start with speaking kindly. The way we speak to others can offer them self-confidence, hope, and trust. Mindful speaking is a deep practice. When we choose our words carefully, we can make people happy. It's very important to uplift each other. It's very important the words that we choose. In many instances, people are not feeling good. And when you bring that light into their life, when you say just one word that uplifts them, you are healing that person. You are uplifting, you are giving that person hope. Not putting into the negative, but putting into the positive. Listen to ourselves. Mindfulness is listening and speaking can help us restore communication. We begin by coming home to ourselves and practicing more recognition, which means listening to whatever thoughts and emotions rise without judging them, and then letting them pass without holding on to them. We can learn to listen to our own suffering. We don't have to try to get away from ourselves to cover up unpleasant and uncomfortable feelings. We are there for ourselves, to understand ourselves, our suffering, and our difficulties, and to transform. Before we can listen to another person, we need to spend time listening to ourselves. Happiness and suffering enter are. To enjoy happiness doesn't mean to have no suffering. The main affliction of modern civilization is that we know how to handle the suffering inside. So we try to cover it up with all sorts of consumptions. And then marketplace is full of items to help us distract us until we're able to face our suffering. We can't be available to life, and happiness will continue to elude us. The art of happiness is also the art of suffering. Well, when we learn to acknowledge, embrace, and understand our suffering, we suffer much less. One of the most difficult things for us to accept is that there is no place where there is only happiness and no suffering. If we focus exclusively on pursuing happiness, we may see suffering as only getting in the way of our happiness. The practice of mindfulness is our capacity to dwell in the present moment. This is the best way to be with our suffering without being overwhelmed. Being overwhelmed by it. When awareness is our in-breath and out-breath, we generate the energy of mindfulness and take care of our suffering by recognizing, accepting, and embracing it tenderly. With mindfulness, we are no longer afraid of pain. We can generate energy of understanding and compassion that heals and brings happiness both to ourselves and others. Alleviating worry. Some of us have a habit of worrying, even though we know it is helpful. When we worry, we're not able to be in touch with the wonders of life to be happy. We might feel we like to get rid of about worries, but worry is part of us. So when worry comes up, we have to know how to handle it peacefully, non-violently, with tenderness. If we can say, "Hello, my little worry. I know you are there. I hear you. and I will take good care of you. With the energy of mindfulness, we recognize and embrace our worry, our agitation, our fear, and our anger tenderly. Just as we hold and calm a crying baby who is sad, angry, and afraid. Don't be fooled. The feeling of loneliness is universal. There is often little real communication between ourselves and others, even within the family. And our feelings of loneliness sometimes pushes us to engage in sexual relationships. We believe that this will make us feel less lonely. But that is false belief. We shouldn't let ourselves to be fooled. When there is not enough communication with another person, at the level of the heart and spirit, a sexual relationship will make both people suffer and will widen the gap between them. In the end, we will feel even more lonely. So you know what's that telling you? Recognizing and transforming attachments. Very important. All of us have a tendency to become attached. When we are born, attachment to self is already there. Even in the wholesome love relationships, there is some possessiveness and attachment, but it is exclusive. Both people suffer. If a father thinks he owns his son, or if one person in a relationship controls the other, love becomes a prison, and the flow of life is obstructed. Without mindfulness, attachment becomes aversion. Both attachments and aversion lead to suffering. Look deeply to see the nature of your love and the degree of attachment. Then you can begin untangling the knots. The seeds of true love are already there inside of us. By looking deeply, the seed of suffering and attachment shrinks. The positive seeds grow, and we arrive at a love that's spacious and all-encompassing. Listen to your inner child. We have a wonderful inner child with us who needs to be listened to. If we are mindful, we will hear the child's voice calling for help. Go back and tenderly embrace the wounded child. You can talk directly to your child with language of love. In the past, I have left you alone. I am very sorry. I know you suffered. I know you suffered. I neglected you. Now I am here for you. I will do my best to take care of you. You can cry with your wounded child. Whenever you need to, you can sit and breathe with the child. Breathing in, I am here for you. Breathing out, I will take good care of you. I need to write that. In my card. Taking care of your inner child is very important. I'm gonna mark it in my book so I won't forget. Oh God. Okay. Inner child. Oh, the pen don't wanna. Sorry. Just trying to get my pen. I wanted to write this down. When you cry with your wounded child, whenever you need to, you can sit and breathe with the child. Breathing in, I am here for you. Breathing out, I will take good care of you. Talk to your child several times a day, and healing will take place. Embrace your inner child tenderly. Reassure the child that you'll never let them down or leave them alone again. The wounded child has been left alone for so long. Listen carefully to your inner child. When you climb a beautiful mountain or contemplate the sunset, invite your child within to enjoy it with you, touching the present deeply. You can heal the past. Our wounded child may represent several generations. Our parents and ancestors may have not known how to care for our wounded child, so they may have transmitted that child to us. Our practice is to end this cycle. Healing our wounded child will liberate ourselves as we help liberate the one who hurt or abused us. We may begin to see that those who've hurt us were themselves victims of abuse, who had not transformed their own suffering. Practicing with your inner child lessens our suffering and brings transformation. Remember, our practice is to end this cycle, healing our wounded child. We liberate ourselves and we help liberate the ones who hurt or abuse us. We may begin to see those who hurt us were themselves victims of abuse, who had not transformed their own suffering. Practicing with our inner child lessens our suffering and brings transformation. Let's see. Community. Community is everywhere. We start to build a sagha with our partner, our family, our households, or we can meet our friends once a week or once a month to practice together. We practice to realize peace, happiness, and joy in all that small sangha. At the same time, we see our small sangha in the contents of the larger sangha. We are practicing with the help of our teachers, parents, friends, and all living things in the animal, plant, and mineral worlds. Live your daily life so you feel the presence with you all the time. Do whatever you can to bring happiness and well-being to the air, the water, the rocks, the trees, the birds, and the humans. Today's day. Life is found only in the present moment. I think we should have a holiday to celebrate this fact. We have holidays for so many important occasions: Christmas, New Year's, Mother's Day, Father's Day, even Earth Day. Why not celebrate a day when we can live happily in the present moment all day long? I would like to dedicate today's day, a day dedicated to touching the earth, touching the sky, touching the trees, and touching the peace that is available in the present moment. Collective intelligence. When ants are all together in an anthill, there is intelligence, there is cooperation, there is thinking and insight. They know exactly what to do and what not to do. The anthill behaves as an organism. If 5, 10, or a dozen ants placed away from the rest, they don't know what to do. They have confused, they get confused and run around aimlessly. What the community of ants does, no individual ant can do. There is no leader in the community of ants. The same is the true of bees and termites. When individuals come together as Sagha, and the Sagha begins to operate as an organism, there is intelligence, imagination, insight, stability, and wisdom. This is where the collective is aiming to go for at this time. It's cold in here. 1 second. Oof. Is this window closed? It's closed. I'm getting a cool. It's cold in here. Connect. Wow. This is interesting. Everyone needs Sakha. In 1966, I was exiled in the West to call for peace from my country. I felt like a bee on a mission, cut off from the hives, like a cell outside my body, at risk of drying up and dying. As a practitioner, when you're cut off from your Sakha, this is also a kind of death. I didn't want to let this happen to me, so I contacted people in the academy, community, and spiritual leaders from various traditions who were working for peace, and together we created a community of practice. I knew that without Sakha, I couldn't survive. Wherever I go, I always carry my Sakha with me in my heart, and wherever I am, I always begin to build a Sakha. Very interesting. Peace in oneself, peace in the earth. With mindfulness, the practice of peace, we can begin to transform the wars in ourselves. There are techniques to do this. Conscious breathing is one. Every time we feel upset, we can stop what we're doing, refrain from saying anything, and breathe in and out several times. Aware of each breath, each in-breath and each out-breath. If we're still upset, we can go for a walk, mindful of each slow step and each breath we take. By cultivating peace within, we bring about peace in society. It depends on us to practice peace in ourselves, is to minimize the number of wars between this and that feeling or this and that perception. And we can then have real peace with ourselves as well. Wow. Love meditation. Sending love and compassion to ourselves and others as the power to heal and transform our suffering. We can send healing energy of love and compassion first to ourselves, then to those we love, then to someone we have difficulties with, and finally to all beings everywhere who are suffering. We can say, may I then, may you, may they, and finally, may all beings. Might like to recite this every evening before bedtime, or even your daily meditation practice. Like this, we can connect with the whole world, with all beings everywhere. May I be peaceful, happy, and light in body and mind. May you be peaceful, happy, and light in body and mind. May all beings be peaceful, happy, and light in body and mind. May I be safe and free from injury. May you be safe and free from injury. May you all beings be safe and free from injury. May I be free from anger, fear, and anxiety. May you be free from anger, fear, and anxiety. May all beings be free from anger, fear, and anxiety. May I learn to look at myself with the eyes of understanding and love. May you learn to look at yourself with the eyes of understanding and love. May they look at themselves with the eyes of understanding and love. May all beings look at themselves with the eyes of understanding and love. May I be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness within myself. May you be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness within yourself. May all beings recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness within themselves. May they be able to recognize and touch the seeds of joy and happiness within themselves. May I learn to identify and see the sources of anger, craving, and delusion in myself. May I know how to nourish the seeds of joy in myself every day. May I be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May you be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May all beings be able to live fresh, solid, and free. May I be free from attachments and aversions, but not be indifferent. May you be free from attachments and aversions, but not from indifferent. May all beings be free from attachments and aversions, but not be indifferent. Conscious breathing, a peaceful refuge. Our breathing is a stable, solid ground in which we can take refuge. No matter what is going on inside of us, our breathing is always with us, like a faithful friend. Whenever we are carried away by our thinking, whenever we are overwhelmed by strong emotions, or when our minds is restless and dispersed, we can return to our breathing. We bring our body and mind together and collect, calm, and anchor our mind. We are aware of our coming in and coming out of our body. With awareness of our breathing, it naturally becomes light, calm, and peaceful. At any time of the day or night, whether walking, driving, working in the garden, or sitting at our desk, we can return to the peaceful refuge of our own breath. Breathing is very important. That's why we have to be thankful for our breath of life, which is the breath of God. It's the breath of God. with us to the world, if you begin to feel the security and the protection that arises naturally from sitting in meditation, you may be reluctant to leave this state. It's so peaceful. But we can't continue to sit forever. We can continue our mindful awareness in every action and how we walk, talk, and work. In this way, we engage fully in life and are able to bring joy to our relationships and our world. Transforming consciousness. The first aspect of sitting meditation is to stop and calm the body. This in itself can be a source of great happiness. But there is a second aspect of sitting meditation that can bring even more happiness. To look deeply is to do the work of transforming the depth of your consciousness. There are people who meditate only to forget the contemplations and the problems of life. They are like rabbits crunching under a hedge to escape a potential hunter. When we look deeply, we are able to see the source of our habits, perceptions, and attachments. Looking with compassion and without judgment, we begin to let go of these perceptions and are able to see the world and ourselves more clearly. Invite a bell. Invite the bell. Invite the bell. Instead of striking the bell, I like to say inviting the bell to sound. Breathe in, breathe out 3 times, and then wake up the bell by touching the inviter to the bell and leaving it there casually, a muffled sound. Then breathe in and breathe out 1 time before inviting a full sound of the bell. If you don't have a bell, you can download a recording of the sounds of a bell into your phone or a computer. I feel like somebody's trying to stop me from speaking, but I'm going to continue. I have oracle cards. Messages from your ancestors, your guides, the gods. There are messages. Let's see. Give a Kali Oracle. Want to give a message to the collective. Kali Mahamaya. When a situation becomes unnecessarily complicated or confusing to your heart, Kali Mahamaya arises spontaneously as a protective bearer of universal truth. Ultimately, her revelation shall lead you beyond that which is deceptive or not right for you. This your promised. She protects you from that which is unworthy of your heart and seeks constraints your spirit. Somebody's smoking so much weed. Oh my God. Oh, so much weed and it's not here. Somebody's smoking at this time. A lot of weed. I've been getting that a lot. Tromoha Nagmo. The spiritual cleansing. The spiritual cleansing and the protective means necessary to overcome any obstacles. Somebody may be overcoming obstacles at this time. Any obstacle shall be granted to you. You can trust in what is happening in your life, especially the things that are breaking apart or arising anew. Any pain that you may be experiencing now, is so much less than the pain that you would have had root if certain circumstances were allowed to continue. So, whatever is breaking, you're breaking free from the chains, from the bondage, from whatever attachments you had, the pain, you're breaking free from it. You're breaking free from that pain. Any other messages? Messages. Oh, here we go. Chamunda. 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 Oh my God. Chamunda, knowing what to allow and what to fight for against requires wisdom. Again, Chamunda is the fearlessness, wisdom, patience, and discipline required to conquer a difficult situation. Again, Chamunda is the power to accomplish what you need and desire. She is with you. Her presence now portends a truly exceptional breakthrough on your path. You're breaking free. Your spirit guides, they're helping you. They're helping you overcome whatever you have faced, whatever confusion, whatever hurt, whatever pain you have been through. You're breaking through it. You are, and your ancestors are helping you through it. It wasn't serving you. Kalibratitri. Whatever you was going through, you're breaking through a process of profound and yes, you're going through a transformation is leading you towards a powerful rebirth. You're freeing yourself from the most persistent patterns of pain of your past. Oh my God, you're healing. Some of you are going through a very big healing. Your soul is in deep healing. Recovery can be painful, but you will emerge renewed and released. You are blessed to experience a new life within this lifetime. You are going through your rebirth. You have let go of things that no longer serve you. The pain that you have gone through is very painful. We all have to go and release and go back to the light and rebirth your new self. You are going through it. That's beautiful. Whew. It reminds me of when I was going through my dark night of the soul. It's very powerful. We go through a lot of body pains, emotional pain, physical pain, mental pain, just going through this dark and facing all these shadows, all these aspects of ourselves, all these lessons, and releasing. It's not easy. It's not easy. But know that you're protected. You're going through it. Although you may be in the circumstances that you would prefer not to be in at this time, you are actually in a position of unreleased spiritual powers. See, you're going through it. You will gain benefits from what is transpiring. When the relevant learning and personal growth has been acknowledged and integrated, the circumstances will give way to a more favorable situation. You are releasing the old and you are rebirthing. You are going through a transformation. Congratulations. Keep going. Shodashi cleanses the soul from past hurt. Yes. Her presence indicates recovery and reclaiming of dignity and experiences of being judged, betrayed, and criticized. if your innate being has been put down in any way, or if there has been bullying or nastiness directed towards you. Shadashi brings healing and renewal so you can rise above the claim, rise above and lay claim your innate beauty and worth. Don't worry, you are rising up. You are helped. You are being helped. Whatever attacks, whatever bullying they've done, don't worry. You have protection here. You are healing. You are renewing yourself. You claiming yourself. You claiming your strength. And nobody could take that away from you. Nobody could take that away from you. To the Hamatavi. What is it? The Hamatvati. I don't know how to say that. Certain endings is unavoidable. There are necessary persecutors to radical reinventions. Any disappointment, defeat, or loss, and negative repercussions of such experiences will limit your future happiness, but are opening up yet unrecognized pathways for fulfillment. Your trust must be unconditional at this time, and later you shall see that everything has worked out for the absolutely best. Wow. We had to let go of that demon within our own being. We had to transmute that darkness and trust in the unknown. That is the most scariest thing, is to trust in the unknown and know that everything will work out for the highest good of all. Letting go and releasing and letting the Divine Father take care of you. Anything else from here? From this? That's too many. Just like one. Just one spirit. Okay, here we go. Where is that? Just turned over. I just see, oh, here it goes. The Brahihavi Yoni. Ooh. It is, face your fears, for it is the right time, and you are ready to overcome them. Face them. Look at fear right in the face and say, you're not going to defeat me. You have no control of my life. You have no power. I love you and I thank you and I release you. Thank you for the lessons. You will be given the power to fulfill your heart's desires. Embrace your path with confidence. Healing around belonging and abundance is taking place within your soul. You are spiritually protected from all toxic energies. Recognize your inner divine badass and commit to your dreams and convictions. You have no power against me. No attachments, no addictions, no all the darkness. I thank you, and you bless these darkness. You face your fears. You're fearless. You are so powerful. Yes. They don't have nothing on you. Kali Kalamasa Nasi. It is time to free yourself from what has been. Learn from it, but do not allow to define you or direct the course of your life. Give up your stories about the past. You have outgrown them. Kali consumes mistakes, sins, and negativity. Let her free you now so you can open to the gifts of your life unfolding You face your fears. You are in your power. You are rebirthing yourself. You are going through your transformation. You are letting go things that no longer serve you. And you are very protected. There's nothing that anybody could do to stop your path, stop you from moving forward, stop your abundance, stop from your divine journey. Nobody has that power, and you are rebuking and you are letting go, and you are so thankful for the lessons, or you may need to be very thankful for the lessons. Know that you have your ancestors who are here protecting you. No power. You don't give people power. You don't give nobody your power. Don't give away your energy to anyone. The Lemurian, they have messages for you too. These are activations. These are, they could activate, send you the codes within your being to wake you up. Even by looking at the picture, balance forces. The Lemurian people are said to have been oh my God, androgynous, a perfect balance of what became masculine and feminine energy, and it testified in physical form. This card invites you to look at your masculine and feminine energy from a more balanced perspective. What needs to happen to form a more holistic and equalized foundation? For more masculine drive and focus, concentrate on goals, desires, and ambitions. If you want to engage more feminine energy for receptivity, trust, flow, and surrender, consider all things that you are already grateful for. Feel the warmth, gratitude, and comfort of knowing everything is divinely perfect just the way it is. Perfect. So you are connecting to your divine masculine and feminine energies. Your forces are balanced. Earth, nature versus nurture. Nurture versus nature. No one can hold you the way nature can. Mama Nature is a very powerful healer and a transmuter of dense energy. She takes in your out-breath and can transform your woes if you can allow yourself to surrender, to lie in her grassy arms, or to be embraced by her branches. All experiences, those categorized as good and bad, are part of natural cycles that allow us for the continuation of life. Trying to suppress or control will only bring you out of harmony. Nature is all around you. Notice her. When you feel like no one else can hold you, she sure can. Oh my God, and she is so loving. Just sitting on the grass, stones, the trees. It's very healing. You are in alignment. Wow. You have balance. You are really have activated your inner power within. You really are those that are here who are doing the work. You are in your alignment. You are aligning your forces, your divine feminine, your divine energies, and you're healing with Mother Nature, and you are coming into an alignment. You can manifest the life you wish to call in. Look at where your desires are being seated. If your plans or dreams aren't unfolding as you would like, take a closer look at other areas in your life. Is something out of step with integrity? Are you making decisions through fear or love? Is it, if it is through fear or avoidance, your manifestations may seem to backfire. To encourage you back into balance, become a vibrational match for what you desire. You have to become a vibrational match for what you desire. That's love, that's peace, that's joy, that's harmony, that's high vibration, not low vibrational. Become a vibrational match for what you desire. Instead of striving harder, cultivate the feeling of already having all you seek. You will be surprised at what this shift in perspective creates. It's a big activation code here. These are your chakras being aligned. As it is above, so is below. Going from your darkness into your light, receiving the energy, whatever energy you go with the flow. Activations. You're being activated at this time because you are the portal keeper. Portals are gateways to other layers of reality. They can be accessed through inner practices and externally in places such as planet vortices. Gently explore the edges of your existence. Spend time listening in the forest. Deepen your meditation practice. Dance yourself into ecstasy, explore psychic tools, and study new healing modalities. Chanting, sound baths, sound bowls. If you feel lacking in the purpose or your life seems a little mundane, remember there is never a reason to be bored. What we experience with our physical senses is just the tip of the iceberg. Magic exists wherever you go. Magic exists wherever you care to find it. Look between the lines to be limitless and discoveries. Activation. Go beyond, go deep, deep, seek knowledge, seek wisdom, seek healing. Wow, people are really transforming. Anymore? Yeah, your heart chakra, unfurling back to love. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universe desires right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Have compassion, expand your awareness, and heart-centered radiance for all beings on the planet. Encapsulate Earth in loving compassion. Bask in blissful feeling of the planet in all of its perfect balance, loving you back. That energy of love, opening your heart chakra, having compassion for everything and everyone. Loving compassion. Wow. Bring more love into a situation, whether it is towards yourself or someone connected to the question. There may be a need for forgiveness or for seeing things from a fresh, more expansive perspective. Remember, you are loved and have unlimited access to the gentle yet transformational force of loving compassion as when you needed it. To bring yourself back into your heart, think about those you love and moments with them where you have felt joy. Expand this feeling out to more and more people, creatures, and places until the whole planet is infused with this beautiful, warm, and loving feeling. Expand your heart, be compassionate, love everything that our planet, our Father has to offer, has put on this planet. He put it on for a reason. It's for us to love everything, everything in it, not hate. Oh my God. Too many. It's too many. You really want to talk? Okay. Beyond the mind. The mind moves through the logistic of life so we can function in the world. However, endless mental chatter, self-doubt, limiting stories, and subconscious programs can keep us in our suffering. Step outside mind-based limitations. Looking at things in an overly logical way will hinder you and obstruct access to your superpowers. The past may be running you and making your mind spin so you cannot see what is really in front of you. Consider what your heart and your gut are telling you. What would the situation at hand feel like if you released all fears and worries? Are these concerns even yours? They may not even be yours. Look beyond. Connect to yourself. Don't let somebody take control of your mind. Don't let your mind take over limited your limited beliefs. Don't let it take over. Don't let it take over. Gracious receptivity. Be very gracious. If there were a manual for optimal human experience, one of the most potent points would be gratitude. It is the backbone of all spiritual practice. When we shift our perspective from what we are lacking, needing, and desiring, we temporarily replace the survival factor with the resonance for thriving. Giving the receptivity is a two-way flow. Each allows space for other gratitude, self-love, self-worth, and interwoven with the capacity to receive. Together, they nourish your soul. Step into your heart space by listening. All you are grateful for and notice. Step into your heart space by listing all you are grateful for and notice how full you start to feel. From here, your gifting capacity can spiral upward. Thankfulness. Practice thankfulness. Write that list, that gratitude list is very important. It's very important to write a list for the things that you are grateful for. When you are grateful for everything, you are creating more for yourself. It's very important to be very thankful every day, every moment, to be thankful because you manifest. You can decide how you want to live. The universe fully supports your choice to step into the optimal version of yourself. Dream big, then dream bigger. Now is a great time to start the projects you have been considering. It all it takes is some pollination. Be creative with your visioning. Sow the seeds of reality you want to experience through affirmative thinking and higher intention. Then anchor or ground your dream seeds. Manifest from the heart. Overcome fear. Take strong positive actions and let go of the outcome. Know and trust your dreams are already on their way and expect to see results. Manifest. Sow beautiful seeds. It's going to happen. If you believe anymore, journey to wholesome. Your journey to wholesome. Love from a sense of wholeness. We have concepts of others that are not really who they are due to subconscious projections or ideals. We could have the idea that will we will feel better about ourselves when we achieve a goal or status. This takes us out of the present and puts conditions on love. Hold the vision that you and others are already perfect. Thus, we can heal through the transformative powers of acceptance, acknowledge the full spectrum, and begin any fractured parts back to the present moment. Here, are here, here we are whole and empowered to step into the brightest version of ourselves. Wow, very connected. Everything. We're very connected, starseeds. Sometimes adulting can become too serious. When this happens, adding curiosity, fun, laughter, and lighter-hearted sense of play to our perspective can be the most effective way to rebalance. Facing challenges, circumstances, and inquisitiveness can bring joy to whatever we are accomplishing. Imagine stepping into a child's shoes and seeing how they perceive the world. If you have problem, if you have a problem, consider how a child might solve it. Humans are evolving, and children can be our wisest teachers. May we nourish our big souls, listen to them with our hearts, and let our ways unveil fresh new eyes so we may see a whole new world. A whole new world. Yes, that's what we're creating through the visions of our inner child. This powerful image represents the divine we see when we look deeply into the eyes of another and our armor drops. When we meet another being present in the moment with no stories, judgments, or insecurities, when we harmonize our energies with another, we can soar to the sky. We can guide each other higher and higher by encouraging all that that has been weighing us down to drop away. The bonds you share give you the power to transmute fear. Put time and awareness into resolving karmic connections, or they will continue to play out. There may also be a life-changing connection on the horizon. Oh, somebody's meeting their soulmate, their divine partner. Somebody's coming into union. Somebody's coming into union. She of the lotus, if there's a way to fast track growth, it is by being real with the shadowy or unsolved parts of ourselves. Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity can be trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darkest forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness. Self love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight under a loving and compassionate light. They will resolve and resimulate, reminding us that on the flip side of the coin, they are our superpowers. We're super powerful. You have no idea. Get out your dark, let those dark shadows heal from those dark shadows. And stand in your power. Oh, I like this card. You have unique gifts. We all have gifts to bring to the world. If we all did what we truly excelled in and enjoyed, our talents and abilities would enable our communities and our planet to thrive. If you haven't connected with your purpose, look at your quirks and what you are telling yourself. What makes you unique? Look for the positive sides of your oddities and traits. Things you have considered shortcoming might be qualities that enables your gifts. Are there things you like to try or feel pulled to explore? Now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know what they may reveal. You know the power you have within yourself? Do you know once you cleanse the energies, the gifts that you'll be receiving, the talents that you may have? You never know until you start to work on yourself. And I'm going to end this with messages from Isis. Last messages from Isis. Oh, soul retrieval. Isis, healing goddess, now offers you spiritual restoration and deep soul healing through the art of soul retrieval, reclaiming pieces of you lost through trauma, old and new. Soon you will enjoy greater wellness, energy, and power. So be willing to go through the healing process, knowing that any emotional clearing takes place is leading you to wholeness. Yes, it's leading you back to the light. Leading you back to the light. I'm telling you, people are going through big transformation, healing. You, the key of life. The Ankh portends new life being born through now. This new life being born in whatever form will enrich your life, bring you more into wholeness and fulfillment. Do not give up on your creative destiny. Stay with it. You are flowing in the right direction. You have spiritual support from the unseen world. Let it happen. Keep going. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. Telling you, big transformation. The spirit of Isis, beloved initiate, There are times to surrender and let go, but there are never times to give up. Persistent with your bold faith and inspired action until the impossible happens. Isis has the spirit of triumph and will never fail in her quest, no matter how bold or impossible it seems. Let her inspire you. Believe, 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 believe. You, oh God. One more, one more to end this reading because I have to use the restroom. The talisman of potency. Sacred tools and objects can become an extension of your energy field, focusing your power and intentions, helping you heal the split between spirit and matter, bringing physical matter more deeply into the light and life. You are encouraged to work with sacred materials in a conscious way to help your own healing and enjoyment of the material world as a part of your spiritual practice. Your whatever crystals you work with, your intentions behind it, it's healing and it's releasing the darkness into the light. Your intentions is very, very important on how you use these talisman as very powerful tools in your spiritual awakening and in your spiritual practice. Yes. Anything else? The Temple of Carnelian. It is time to trust in your own boldness and courage, taking risks that feel true to your heart and engaging in practices that make you feel truly and genuinely alive, embodied, and more of yourself, even if you're always uncomfortable. If you're always comfortable, are going to help you live the life you were born to live. Power. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your support to the channel. And if you care to donate to the channel, it's $BELIEVE 201. I love you all. Have a good night and make sure you pray. Make sure you pray for all those who need prayer. Pray for your children. Pray for whoever is going through their dark night of the soul. Whoever is going under judgment. You have to seek God. You have to. There's no other way. Other way to feel the burdens of your back being released. The only way is done by you returning back to the Most High God and asking for forgiveness and speaking your truth and releasing what no longer serves you. God is your only salvation, the only truth. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Father, for these messages. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you, guides. Thank you, fairies. Thank you. Thank you, archangels. Thank you, ascended masters. Thank you, Jesus. I love you all. Thank you, Buddha. Thank you, Kali Ma. Thank you. I love you all. Namaste. Good night.